Hi marketing leader, today I'd like to talk to you about WordPress, which I bet you've worked with before, but now I'd like to focus on why WordPress isn't that bad of a choice for your website in 2023. I think it's a valid point to raise because there's many misconceptions flying around about WordPress, and based on a few conversations with CTOs of tech companies, they're really not keen on going down that route. Because they live those misconceptions, and I always explain to them that it's really good piece of software. So today I would like to sort of impart that opinion on you and tell you all about WordPress that's actually good, because we've been hearing lots of bad things about it, and that I think is a bit unfair, or at least we can balance the scale out a bit by sharing that with you. WordPress is popular. There's no way you can deny it. If I remember the facts correctly, it powers every third website on the internet. If you think about it, that's crazy. That absolutely blows my mind. So if it's that popular, it gets to be used by many people from different walks of life, by different businesses of all sizes, naturally, and it's exposed to so many extreme use cases. Remember, it's been built for blogging. So if you now use it for shop, some kind of web application, or mimic a web application, most likely business, and then I don't know, some kind of delivery service, SaaS, and all of that, it's just really pushing the platform to the limits. And it's okay, it can handle those edge cases, granted you know what you are doing with it. And on that note, it comes with great community, which is probably the main reason why people opt in for it, because it's just so easy to get help. But that's a blessing in disguise, because the threshold is just so low. There's almost no threshold to using WordPress. It attracts people that may know not enough, that are happy to hand out an advice that's a bit, it comes from a good place, but it's not necessarily right advice, or it gets butchered by people who don't know how to put a code together. And well, I guess I could blame that on the fact that WordPress doesn't come with any particular code structure. It's not objective coding, it's not objective programming, it's all very procedural, but without all that jargon, it's not important now. You have to know that WordPress is highly customizable, there's no threshold to it, you can literally just do whatever you want with it, and it's being put to test by almost any project that it's used on. So with that obviously comes some kind of negative opinion about it, because it doesn't always live up to the expectation. So what prompted me to record this video is my recent chat with a CTO of a big tech company. They were not keen on going with WordPress for their marketing department, and it's not that they didn't want the best for the marketing department, and obviously WordPress was a good choice because they already had experience with WordPress. They were really concerned about the quality of that platform based on all those gossips and all those past experiences that they had, and I can't really blame them. Most WordPress websites are rubbish. They really are. Either you get an off-shelf theme that is so huge and comes with such an overhead in terms of features that you won't ever use, or if you download those plugins that are third-party written by some guy in a cave, there's literally no filtering out what's good or what's bad if you're not an expert, or if you just don't have time for it. I mean, a CTO of a company of that size, they don't have time to look through the plugins code, they just trust it works, and sometimes it just doesn't. So it just makes sense that they would lean on that side of the fence. But it isn't all that bad. In fact, it's actually good. It's actually really good. If you think about the best feature that WordPress has is the price. It costs nothing. It's just free to use. You're free to experiment. And I know I just mentioned it's probably that blessing in disguise, but I assume that if you are a marketer, you will approach an agency that knows what they do, and therefore the cost of maintaining that platform is zero. You can spend that money that otherwise you would pay for some kind of subscription for software on your marketing endeavors, on your ads, or just buy yourself a monthly subscription for coffee. I don't know, just spend that money on something that you like and enjoy a free community-driven platform that can really be a powerful tool in your shed. I will just reiterate that point again. It can be put to good use. It can be extremely empowering if you know what you are doing. So therefore, it's super important that you approach an agency, a freelancer that has a huge experience in building sites in WordPress. And I don't mean building sites in WordPress by downloading themes of some kind of market, any kind of theme repository. I don't mean guy that just downloads plugins and shove them everywhere, because that's not the way to go. If you use vanilla, that's clean, out of the box WordPress, and actually tailor it for your needs, it's just amazing. It really is. It's so good. So take a look around, see who's an expert in WordPress, and get them to build your website. You will love it. And that's something that many CTOs don't actually know. And marketers probably don't know that either. It works fantastic. It's like a match made in heaven with the most cutting edge frameworks that there are on the market. So React, Svelte, and Next.js, it can work with all of those. So if you are worried about the future proof of WordPress, about the scalability and compatibility with all those evergreen and cutting edge technologies on the market, it can work with them. It really can, and it's just brilliant. If you're interested to know more about that kind of coupling, where you have this React, say, and then WordPress, it's called headless WordPress. That's the configuration that it comes in, is just the term for it. So go ahead and Google or take a look at our channel. We actually have a video on it. It's so easy to use too. It's intuitive, and I mean backend, naturally. I mean content editing and adjusting it for your own needs. It's just so simple, and assuming that all the bespoke changes that you guys done or you had someone else do it, it is so easy to use. It's so easy to learn it. So if you hire someone new, or if you need someone else's help, they can just dive right into it. There's no learning curve. You can easily manage users, their permissions, so the vulnerable stuff stays secure and out of the way. It's great. It's really simple. And I don't know why I'm preaching to the choir. You know that as well, because you've most likely just used it before. Many people blame WordPress for bad performance, but really, I mean, performance, it's all down to the code, and WordPress out of the box is just perfect. It's great. It sticks to the latest coding standards in terms of, language specific standards, and that's CSS, JS, HTML, and PHP. So it's all neatly written by coding professionals. Trust me, I'm part of this community, and I follow that, and I know these people truly care. So if there's something bad with performance of your website that's based on WordPress, that's very likely it's down to either hosting and the lack of cache, lack of some kind of CDN, or any kind of performance boosters that the hosting companies offer. Take a look at WP Engine if you like. They actually do a great job at it. All this optimization that comes from hosting, that should come from hosting, just might not be there for you. So take a look, and if you can't find any optimization related stuff and features on your hosting platform, maybe just consider switching to another provider. Simple as that. But also, just like I said a minute ago, you really need to have expertise to work with WordPress. It's so easy to get lost because it's such an open playground that it's quite easy to do something in a wrong way. So therefore, here at Nerdco, what I did, I asked people to use all the coding standards that the core WordPress team uses. We have them here on our machines, so whenever we write code, computer says if we're doing it right or wrong. And by now, I mean, after many months in, we already know what's good, what's not intuitively, but it's still there to help us out, to support our thinking. We're not always thinking straight, so it just corrects us when we kind of get lost a bit. But anyway, there's expertise, there's craft, there's this mastery to building websites in WordPress. Really is, and it's just like with everything, playing violin or anything else, you have to learn it. So again, be sure that you work with professionals that know WordPress throughout, like us or someone else, whoever's in your circles, maybe in your LinkedIn network, someone, whatever that person is, whoever that person is, talk to them, because it won't hurt you. Maybe now if you went for a cheaper solution, but long run, it will come back to haunt you. And that's not what we want, because investment should be long-term, and website should never be an expense. It should be an investment. That's at least what I think. So that's it from me. Let me know your thoughts. I know there's a lot kind of back and forth here. So gather your thoughts. Let me know in the comments what you think. And that's it from me. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.